Doing Believe Nation, we are live. Happy Wednesday. Wednesday is my project day, so I work on whatever project I want to work on. I like every day, but Tuesdays are always so crazy with filming. I'm filming all day, just bonkers crazy filming. And Thursdays are usually my public facing days, so it's just crazy talking and podcasts and interviews all day long. And so Wednesday is my day, just kind of in between, just to have open, to do whatever I want to do, work on whatever I want to work on. So today I went deep with one of the guys who runs my YouTube channels, and just I analyzed every series, started working on all of the content ideas and structure and what's been working and what's not been working. And I love it. I love the deep dives. And then I started working on a secret project. A ninja project that's coming. I can't talk about it. It's going to be a while on this one. But I'm excited. You got to have your own little secret projects, right? You got to have your secret projects. Anyway, this is my break. It's break time. I'm going to talk with you guys. I actually don't have a special guest book today. So I'm chatting with you, which is going to be amazing. Looking forward to it. So if you got questions, pop them down below. And looking forward to spending some time and see how I can hopefully bring some value. What do we got? Hello, Trickster Magician. Hello, Jason Pierce. Hello, Mizo Amin. Welcome aboard. Joel, great to see you guys. So you guys have to for me, pop it down below. And let's see what we got. Are life coaches necessary to become successful? Can modeling success replace coaches? Sure. I mean, especially if you don't have money. You know, at the beginning, I had no money, and the thing that saved me was Bill Gates' story, right? Not hiring a coach, because I had $300 a month, right? I was making nothing. But modeling Bill Gates' story is the thing that saved me. I think, and listen, still, even now, like I just finished doing, on my workout, I watch videos from my own top 10 channel. And this morning I was watching Larry Ellison from Oracle and Ramit Sethi from I Will Teach You to Be Rich. And while I'm bouncing on my trampoline, I'm getting their essence, their wisdom, their thoughts and ideas, but also just their mindset and their hustle and their, you know, you look at Larry Ellison, what a beast, you know. If you want to think bigger, if you want to play a much bigger game, you want to believe in yourself more, like that was a great video to watch. And so while I'm working out, I'm watching that, and that is still modeling success. Now, if there is something specific that you want to learn, working with somebody who can coach you through it, who's already been through it, is the fastest way to do it. But last time I checked, Larry Ellison and Elon Musk aren't doing coaching, right? They're not taking coaching clients on. So that's the thing. But if you want to learn something that somebody can't teach you, yeah, go work with them. Absolutely. Especially if it's a skill that you know they possess. But look at their life. Like if you're looking at a life coach, look at their life and say, do I want a life like theirs? Because that's what they're going to be able to guide you most on. Are they happy? Are they successful? Do they like their relationships? You know, are they living the life that you want to live? And if yes, then they could be a great guide. And if no, then it's going to be harder for them to be a great guide. Zan, the man in the house, welcome aboard. We're doing some Q&A. Q&A time. I like it. Who else is here? We got Evan Tinsman in the house. We got Tessa Marie or Tess. We got Patchy Cruz. We got movement makers in the house. I love these guys. All right. What else we got? Evan says, "What's up, Zan?" Zan and I are doing our YouTube live tonight, so it's going to be fun. Catch up, see how Zan's doing. Patchy in the house. Do you drink caffeine? How do you boost your physical energy? Shout out to Jason Wells. It's all about the wine, my man. I have a little bit of caffeine, so this is now water. So I start my day. I'll have water in the morning, and then I'll have about this much. I don't know how big is this, right? Like that much coffee. With some macadamia nut milk in it, and that's it. And then I just slowly replace it with water. My wife thinks it's nasty, but I like water with a little bit of coffee taste. So as soon as I get to like this much coffee, there's still a bit left, I just pour water in it and start drinking it. And then I'll replace that. I'll have about a gallon. I've got my gallon jug over there, and I'll have a gallon of water. That's the goal every day. But how do you boost your physical energy? If you're relying on caffeine to boost your physical energy, you're headed for a big crash. You boost your physical energy by doing the work that you love, right? This coming here live talking to you guys is not taking my energy away. This is boosting my energy. I'm going to leave this podcast, I'm going to leave this show. I'm going to leave this IG live together having more energy for what I'm about to do after. I don't need to go take a nap after this. And so that's really a sign if you're on the right path or not, right? Like if the work you're doing is constantly draining you, the answer isn't caffeine. The answer is to switch the work that you're doing. The work itself needs to be fulfilling, not just getting the result, the actual work, the actual process. We create energy. You guys help me create. It's why I go live pretty much every day, right? Because I love it. Because later on, I'm going live again tonight with Zan and Drew. That's not taking my energy away. I don't have to go have a break after it, right? So I'd really be relying more on the work itself than on the caffeine boost to get you through. Make sense? Okay, what else we got? This is fun. I always love this. All right. Alfred, who is your favorite coach? My parents. I mean, that's why they're here on the wall behind me, right? My parents are my favorite coaches. Teaching me, I'm Evan Carmichael. I could do anything I believe that I can, right? They just taught me how to be a good human, or at least how to be an Evan Carmichael human. I mean, to be the best human for you. After that, I think I've learned something from everybody. I think the best coaches are the ones who can connect with as many people as possible, that they can wear your skin, that they can understand exactly what you need in this moment and give you the right next step on what to do. I think the best students are the ones who can learn from people who've had success but maybe bad coaches, right? Like look, I have Kanye West on the wall behind me there, right? There's Kanye. He was the first top 10 that I did. Kanye is not a great coach. He doesn't have the patience to deal with what you're going through. But he can be a great teacher if you're a better student. And so that's partly why I created all the channels that I created and all the content that I make, is because I want to expose you to people who can open your eyes, who you might have been closed off to before, and that one idea that they give you could change the rest of your life. So even if the coach sucks, you could be a better student. If somebody's had success in the area that you want to have success in, they've got something to teach you, you just might have to do a better job of reading between the lines. In every video that I make, I've learned something, me personally. And so that should be the challenge. Like in any, and if you don't like my videos, go somewhere else too. But in any video you watch, make it the goal to learn something. If you're watching the top 10 rules of Elon Musk, and maybe you hate Elon Musk, you could still learn from him and try to take one of those rules and do something with it and apply it to your life. You don't need all 10 to work out. Don't worry about it. You're watching a 20-minute video. You're getting 10 lessons of gold in 20 minutes. You don't need all 10 of them to work out. You just need one thing to actually work out, and your whole life changes. So be willing to learn from the people. It doesn't mean you're going to become him. Maybe you don't like how he has had multiple relationships. Great. Don't take relationship advice from Elon Musk. Right? Take your relationship advice from somebody else. But can you learn to think bigger? Heck yeah. So you take different things from different people. Make sense? Curly V says, is there a formula to feel and be happy and maintain it? So here, I separate happiness down into two things. The first version of happiness is what I call excitement. And that's just like having something new in your life. That's having a donut. It's like it's a sugar rush. It's the donut of your life. It's the sugar rush. It's the new. It's not lasting, but it's great. It's like it's a little vacation or a little gift or a Christmas that you're giving to yourself. I'm all for those things. It's fantastic, but it's not sustained. And the problem is we're too much chasing the next sugar high as opposed to actually having deep happiness. And deep happiness I would call fulfillment. So if you look at happiness, for me, I would break it down between the excitement and the fulfillment. And I don't know that people are really talking about this, but the excitement is the sugar rush. The fulfillment is the purpose. Fulfillment is feeling like what you do today matters, that you're going to show up today and it's going to make an impact on somebody, right? Fulfillment is because you're built to serve. That's sustained, long-term, ongoing happiness. Doing this makes me happy. Being here with you guys makes me happy. Whether there's 57 people live, 5 people live, 5,000 people live, being with you makes me happy. It's not the excitement sugar rush. It's not the like, oh my God, yes, this is so great, right? Like when I get somebody new, I'm doing an interview with Matthew McConaughey next week, right? That's the sugar rush. It's the excitement. It's the new. It's great. And every day I wake up and feel like what I do matters. At least on most days, right? And so that's it. So you break your happiness down to what gives you excitement, but also, do you feel like what you're doing is going to mean something to somebody today? Are you living your purpose? Because that's the path to long-term happiness. Make sense? Okay, what do we got? Joel Breyer's Comedy. Look at that. I just launched a membership for comedians and I'm struggling with balancing serving versus selling, but also need to make money. That's what I'm kind of guessing how this thing ends. Serving is selling, right? Like giving everything away for free doesn't actually serve people because you're going to be limiting what you can do. If you're always giving everything away for free, then you never make money off of your idea. You're only doing your comedy in the evenings and weekends, and you're massively limiting how much you could actually serve. Like imagine if you made enough. Let's say, I don't know your situation, but let's say he says, yep, need money. Okay. So let's say you're working a full-time job. You working a full-time job? Let's say you're working a full-time job. That's just okay. Most of America, either their job is just okay or you legit hate your job, right? First off, having enough energy to come back from a job you hate to then work on your passion is already going to be difficult. Like you have to shrug off your terrible boss and the crappy coworkers and everybody else to start working on what you want to work on. So if you have a full-time job and you're only working on your comedy the evenings and weekends, you're by definition limiting how much you can serve, right? If you could do this, if you could work on your comedy all day, every day, how many more people can you serve? But to do that, you have to make money. And so the key is to figure out how can I bring even more value to people so that I can charge for it. So you have your free version, you have your YouTube videos, you have your Instagram content, you have your whatever you're doing for free, and then you have a paid version where they get to have more. In this kind of thing, it's usually more exclusive access. So how can they spend more time with you? How can you do a unique show with them? Right? But if you are free forever, you're actually not serving because it's you part-time with no team instead of actually being to be full-time and have a team to help you and take all the crap that you don't like to do off your plate so you can focus on what you do love doing, which allows you to serve even more. So just a mindset shift, because you're saying, hey, if I'm selling, then I'm not serving, and that's wrong. Or it's just not right. You know, by selling, by making money, you have to make money in your business or you don't have a business. And every organization, even a charity, has to make money to survive, to continue serving more. It's a mindset shift that you have to make. How to fire a client? I've never seen it asked like that. How do you fire a client? So this, for me, I'd give a generic answer and then one more specific. The generic easy out answer is that you're either, you're moving on, like you don't do this service anymore, or it's not a right fit, and you're not diving into the reason why. It's not you, it's me. It's the easiest way. It's the easiest, most generic way. The specific way really depends on if you think you can get them out of the hole or not. So what is the reason? Is the reason because you don't want to do the work anymore? That's an easy reason. Like you're shifting. You don't do web development anymore. You don't want to do web development anymore. You want to become a comedian like Joel. Great, that's an easier way. Are they treating you with massive disrespect and not paying their bills on time? And it's a terror to work with them, right? That's probably not something that you want to be too honest about, unless you think you can get them through, right? So it depends on the relationship, and if you think that sometimes giving the actual honest truth feedback makes it worse. So you coming in and saying, "You're a terrible customer. You're fired. I hate you." Might make you feel good in the moment, but it doesn't actually make anything better. You're just putting out a lot of negative energy into the world, which the world doesn't need more of, and it's still going to come back and bite you. So can you get them through it? And for most people, it's no, and they also don't want to put in the effort to fully explain it so that the other person understands. And so the easier way is it's not you, it's me. See what works more for you. All right. Thanks, Evan, says Joel. Good luck, man. Sending you love. And honestly, I'd love to see you should be doing daily skits, like daily comedy on your Instagram. This is a great place for you to be racking up attention and interest. All right. The 1%. I started your FlexiX challenge, but messed up in one of the days. What do I do now? Start over? Yep. You start over. FlexiX. So let me take you guys. Let me show you. FlexiX. This is super powerful. If you're trying to stay consistent on a schedule, this is what you need to do. Okay. Let me show you. Zan the man and I are doing a 90-day no sugar, no junk food challenge. And here's what I do. This is free. You can go to evancarmichael.com/flexdx.pdf. You can get this for free. So the idea is here. This is it. You X off all the days, and it starts with not a full calendar, but it works you towards building a bigger calendar. So we're on day 81 today of the 90-day no sugar, no junk food challenge. But this is also super important here. So your habit. What is the habit, right? 90 days of no sugar, no junk. Your why, right? Lower cholesterol. Be proud of my body and myself. Show myself I do difficult things. Like, why are you doing the thing that you're doing? And then your triggers. Super, super, super important. We set goals when we feel amazing and bold and confident, and then something's going to happen. You're going to be tired. You're going to travel. You're going to fall off the train somewhere. You're going to want to cheat on the thing. You want to fall back to the person you used to be. So you have to know what your triggers are, right? So this one here says headache. So for me, whenever I got a headache, I would default to just eating junk food, salty foods. Salt helps my headaches go away. I've had migraines since I was a little kid. The doctors let me bring in junk food snacks into school because whenever I got a really bad headache, which the neon lights kill me, so I'm never around neon lights, but the neon lights in school give me massive headaches, and so I was allowed to have snacks and eat. So I've been training myself for decades. Headache, eat some snacks, right? Eat something salty. And so that's been a trigger of mine. So now I need to switch it. Like, okay, I feel bold and motivated and great right now. So yeah, 90 days, let's go make it happen. And then what happens when I get a headache? I'm going to fall back down to eating the normal stuff, right? So headache, my plan, open a window, drink some water, get some fresh air, right? Because fresh air also helps me with the headaches. And drinking water also helps me with my headaches. But I would just normally default, because of all of the training that I've had over decades, to have a snack, right? So that's one, right? Snack while problem solving. When I'm trying to problem solve, I like to snack on something. I like to fidget. You might see me when I'm doing IG lives. I play with my ring. I take my ring off. It's on my thumb. It's on my other finger. I'm spinning with it. Whenever I'm thinking something through, you might see my ears wiggle. Right? You might see me do some twitching. I fidget when I'm thinking, when I'm trying to problem solve. And the bigger the problem, the more the fidgeting and the snacking would happen too. Right? So instead of the trigger, right? Snack when there's a problem. Instead of that, go outside for a walk, dance to a song. So the point of having it is to identify, it's not just checking off the list. And again, this is free, right? We're not charging for this, but this is, you have your calendar where you're checking it off, but then also to understand what is the habit, what is your why, and then what are the triggers that are going to keep you from winning? What are the triggers that are going to hold you back? And let me show you, Timo. Hold on 1 second. Timo, what do you think? Are you super excited about this IG Live? Are you motivated and inspired by the message and everything we're saying? Okay, don't be like Timo. We're not afternoon napping, guys. It's time you're on a mission. Time to make things work. Timo's getting lots of hearts and lots of love. So the 1% to the question, if you didn't get the X, you start over. I don't know if Zan the Man's still in the house, but when Zan and I first started this, on day 1, we did a live stream that day or the next day. He's saying, all right, let's go, believe. That day or the next day, he said, I asked him, hey, how you doing? Says, like, day 1 or day 2, how you doing on the challenge? Like, good. All I had today was a mini Butterfinger. Like, what? It's a no sugar, no junk food diet. But it's a mini butter. It doesn't matter if it's mini or not. Is it sugar? Is it junk food? Yes, we don't do that. Not on this type. It's like, but when's my cheat day? Okay, first of all, we don't do a cheat day on day 2, right? But this is the whole point. We're trying to build the habit. So you start over. So we both started over because I'm doing it with him, right? So we both start over. Where can I get the list? So evancarmichael.com/flexthex.pdf. And the flex and the F, the T, and the flex the X, and the X are capital. Terry's doing it. Terry started like a couple days behind us. He's doing it. No cheat days. Yeah, that's great. Anyway, search Flex the X Evan Carmichael on Google. There you go. That's easy too. The 1%. That's how we do it. I love it. That's exactly it. No cheat day on day 2, but that's what people do. That's not just a Zan thing. That's what people do. How many people have New Year's resolutions and then January 2nd they're already off? They're done, right? So that's fine. You start over. Teach yourself. Like this is not just an exercise in building a habit. It's an exercise in building your standards. Because if you said, "Hey, I messed up one day," okay, well, whatever. I'll kind of give myself an X anyway. Right? How often have we done that? Like, yeah, I'll put it there anyway. I mean, I'm mostly stuck to it. I just had a mini Butterfinger or something, right? Like, where you let yourself slide impacts your self-confidence, your self-belief, and your standards. Starting over sucks, especially if you're in on it, right? Like, day 2 is not as bad. Day 45, starting over sucks. But that's what's required for you to build the new you. You're setting a new standard. Blanca says, what about that happens in week 2 or 3 and cheat? What to do? You start over. Because you said you were going to do, for us, 90 days. Yeah, you start over. Because that's the new Blanca standing up. Blanca's tired of letting things slide. This is the process of setting a new standard. It doesn't always happen. It doesn't always happen like on the first try. Bueno Business, FlexiX at PDF. Yeah, that's it. evancarmichael.com/FlexiX at PDF. You can get it. Anyway, it's super helpful. If you're trying to build and maintain a habit, this is it. Yeah, from zero again. And this is the thing. Everybody else will let you off the hook, right? Everybody else will let you off the hook. Your friends will say, but You deserve one day off. And it's been 3 weeks. Come on, one little slip up wasn't even that big a slip up. It was just a little mini butterfinger, right? Your friends will tell you it's not a big deal. And you'll want to believe it. But what you're actually doing is slipping back to the old standard. You're in the zone where you could go forward into the new you or fall back into the old you. And that's a very dangerous zone, but also very exciting. Because everything is like pulling you back. It's like you're growing, like, no, that's scary, that's different, that's new. No, that's hard. Let's fall back to who I used to be. At least I did it. At least I did 3 weeks. Right? Versus, no, this is who I am now. This is who I am. This is who I want to be. Yeah, and that may mean starting over from zero. That's it. Blanca says it's one day. Yeah, they said that. My therapist said that, and I find comfort in that. Exactly. The comfort life is the opposite of the growth life. So what do you want? Now, there is such a thing as being too hard on yourself. You had 3 weeks and then you missed, and now you feel like you're a terrible human and depressed and you suck at everything. Okay, now you need to be a little more gentle on yourself. But if you want a great life on your own terms, it's not living inside comfort. It requires growth. And that's scary, and that's difficult, and that's hard, and there's going to be setbacks. So what do you need? There are definitely times where you need more comfort, but that's 5% of the time. I think in 5% of the times you need more comfort. I think in times of grief, in times of loss, I lost my family dog for the past, 10 years, not too long ago, and that hit me hard. I don't know. Some people might say it's just a dog, but that hit me hard. And I just need more comfort at that point. And that's okay. There are times when you need more comfort, but that's 5% of the time. Most of the time you need more growth. Most of the time you don't want to be in comfort. Most of the time you're going to regret that choice. If you go forward a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you're going to regret that choice. You're going to regret that you didn't push a little bit harder. So 95% of the time, you need more growth. You need to get out of the comfort zone. And 5% of the time, when it's really hard, when you're really beating yourself up, when you really can't focus, okay, maybe I need more comfort. Maybe I need to sleep more. Especially grief and loss. Like of all the negative emotions or the negative feelings, frustration, I don't want to stay in long. Anger, I don't want to stay in long. Depression, I don't want to stay in long. Resentment, judgment, all of those kind of negative feelings, I don't want to stay in very long. I don't think it serves you. It doesn't serve you to stay in judgment and negativity and resentment very long. Blanca says 95% growth. I like that. Yeah. So negativity, judgment, resentment, anger, jealousy, right? You don't want to stay there very long. You want to fight through those as quickly as possible. I think that's good. I think that's healthy. But grief, loss, I think you just have to work through it. Like I think forcing yourself out of it doesn't actually do you very good. The time will heal. And so in those moments, and we're all going to have it. We've all had them. We all will have more. Then you have to throttle back a bit. You may not wake up as early on those days. You may not hit the gym as hard or at all, if you had something like that happen. And you just hold on to the fact that you will get through this and days will get better. But again, that's only 5% of the time. 95% of the time, like, is that why you fell off? Why did you fall off after 3 weeks? Was it because a major life crisis happened to you? Great. Then you start over and you give yourself a pat on the back and you go. But for the most part, are you actually proud of the reason why you stopped? Nah. We need more growth. So 5% comfort, 95% growth. Guys, this has been amazing. That was a good little, didn't know where things were going to go. But thank you guys for the love. Thank you for the energy. I'm you guys gave me more energy. I'm going to take into the rest of the day. Appreciate you, and hope you take that energy and do something with it. Like, create something, make something. Make something today that you want your grandkids to see. If you approached every day with that intention, you're going to make amazing things that happen in your life and for the people. I appreciate you. Continue to believe.